Okay, kids, what we are going to talk about today are personality types. And so, what I want you to understand is that everybody has a strong personality type, and other people have different personalities than what you have. And we want to go ahead and understand these different personalities and try to understand the strengths and weaknesses of these personalities. And I think this will help you get along with people better in life. There's probably some personality types that you like a lot and some that maybe you are not so in love with. So what we're going to do first is take an inventory of your different personalities, and I'm going to come over here to the sheet and help you to do that real quick. And so let me see what we got here. Okay, so here's your personality sheet that you're going to go ahead and do here, and it says choose an item in each line that is most like you and put a 4 there. Then pick an item that is next most like you and put a 3 there. Then a 2, and then a 1 is least like you. Do this across the page for each of the descriptors. So for me, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I'm out of these, likes authority, enthusiastic, sensitive feelings, or likes instruction, I am probably most enthusiastic, I think. And then I like instruction next, and then maybe sensitive to feelings, and lastly I like authority, or I don't like authority very much, so that's the least. Now I like Mr. Spears a lot, but generally I don't like authority that much. So we'll look at the next one. Once again, out of these 4, which one is most like you? Well, I like to take risks. And you're going to fill this out differently than I do, obviously. And then I'm loyal. And I think I take charge. I don't really like taking charge very much. And I'm not very accurate. Okay. So you're going to do that with all this chart right here. And you're going to get it all filled out. And then it's going to look something like this when you get it all filled out. Then what you're going to do is you're going to add up the numbers, and down the column, and put the number right here at the bottom. So if I've already done this and I've got 22, so once again I'll double check that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that's 22. And I'm going to add down this column. I already know it's 37 because I've already done this. Add down this column, and it's 23. And add down this column is 18 right here. And so I'm looking at this, and I'm the most like an otter. And I'm least like a beaver. And I have some lion tendencies, some golden retriever tendencies, but I'm mostly an otter. Now, what does that mean? Well, what you're going to do, and that's what you're going to do the first day, okay? Just figure out what's your strongest personality type. Now, everybody's a blend of all these. They're not just one thing. You're a blend. But on this next sheet, you can look and you can say, well, okay, if I'm an otter, these are my strengths. And these are my weaknesses, and these are some limitations that I probably have because I'm mostly an otter. I'm strongest an otter. Some people are just they're very even throughout, and that's kind of nice too. So it says right here, I'm going to fill this out. What is your strongest personality type? So I would put down an otter, once again, because I was a 37. So the biggest number is what you mostly are. The smallest number is what you mostly aren't. Okay? So I would go ahead and I would say, well, for me, and yours is going to be different, but I'm mostly an otter. And now I'm going to name 3 things based on my personality that you have that are good. Well, I'm going to look at the otter thing, and I'm going to say, well, these are my strengths. I'm a people person, open, and I'm positive. So I'm going to put down here that I'm an open person, and I'm a people person, and I am positive. Not really sure this is all true, but Yeah, I'm fairly positive. What is my weakest personality type? Well, this says I'm too easygoing. Too easygoing. So I'm going to put that down. Too easy going. And then I'm going to look at these different ones. Name 2 things based on this personality that you may have to work on while cooperating with a group. So let me just tell you how the different ones are real quick. So I'm going to switch this around here a little bit. And so let's say you have a group project. Mr. Panero, he's like, okay, it's history. I want you guys to make a Civil War reenactment. Here's some clay. So these are the way the different personality types show themselves. So let's say you have 4 different people, and they all have very strong different personalities. One's a lion, one's a beaver, one's an otter, and one's a golden retriever. Well, the lion is going to say, all right, guys, we got this much time. I want you to make a soldier. I want you to make a cannonball in this Civil War reenactment. I want you to go ahead and make a fort. Here's your clay, your clay, your clay. I'm dividing this up. I've took 2 minutes to talk about this. We have 27 minutes left. Come on, guys, let's get going. So they're the one that is in charge of the group. They always take charge, the lions do. Let's say we have a beaver. Well, the beaver maybe was in charge of making the soldier, and they're going to try to make it perfect. They're going to try to make the brim of the hat, the little buttons down on the jacket. They're going to go ahead and just make it as perfect as they can because they're a beaver. They're industrial, and they do that. The golden retriever will do whatever you ask them to do because they're golden retrievers. They just do that. But they'll be very sensitive, like, well, how do you feel about making that soldier? And I wonder how the soldier would feel like if he was being shot at. That'd be really scary to me. So they're very interpersonal relationships, the golden retriever. The otter's going to try to make it as fun as possible. Maybe they'll like be rolling up the cannonballs and they'll be like shooting them at the fort and laughing and telling jokes and trying to maybe encourage everybody, but maybe they're not like super productive because they're otters. They just want to have fun. So here's how you frustrate these different people. Like and this is not what you want to do, but the lion likes people to do what they tell them to do, and they get frustrated when people don't do what they tell them to do. That would make them really angry. The beaver is not going to have enough time to make the soldier. They'll do it perfect, but they're not going to have enough time to do it perfect. So they want more time. They don't always complete the projects because they make them so perfect that they're not very good with time restrictions. The golden retriever will be thinking about how people feel, and maybe they won't be working on the project as much. And then the otter will be not helping with the project. They'll try to make things fun, but maybe they're not producing that much. So these different personalities have different strengths and weaknesses, okay? So we're going to go back to this right here, and you're going to fill this out, and then maybe after everybody's filled this out, they figured out their strengths and weaknesses, you could have people go to different areas of the room. Maybe one group goes here, they're otters. Maybe somebody goes here, they're golden retrievers. There are beavers over here, and then there's lions over here. Or you could go ahead and you could talk to the person next to you or in your group and tell what your dominant personality is, and what's that dominant personality in your group, and why do you get maybe frustrated a little bit with somebody. We want to go ahead and be tolerant of other people's personalities, but also try to improve your weaknesses in your personality so you can better work with a group. Because a lot of times things are preferences on how you want people to treat you, but they're not a moral issue. They're a personality issue. And what I also want you to do is think about the teacher that you have. If you have a teacher that's an otter, they're going to have a fun classroom. If you have a teacher that's dominantly a golden retriever, they're going to be very sensitive to how you feel. A lot of math teachers are beavers. They want to go ahead and have perfect solutions. They want the numbers to be in columns and all this other different things. So this will help you in life to go ahead and better understand the people around you. And I'm interested to see what your personality is. Please tell Mr. Frank what your personality is, and I can better adjust my teaching to that personality. Hey, thanks guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this film. Bye-bye.